What's going down? What's going down, babies? Make sure y'all hit that like button as y'all come in. I appreciate it. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the like. Y'all see the title. Y'all see what we are talking about today. Just waiting for some more people to come in. Hope everybody doing good. You know what I mean? It's the weekend. Today is a good day. I ain't gonna lie. Just waiting for some people to come in, then we're gonna talk about it. We got some things to talk about. Thought it was a little net flying around here. Y'all see what I got on? Death Row Records. Shout out to Snoop. Let's go ahead and come in. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Hope everybody having a good day. What's going down, So Squad? Appreciate you tapping in. Make sure y'all, as y'all come in, y'all hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. It does help me get into the algorithm. We got something to talk about. Something deep. Make sure you hit that share button. Like. Let everybody know what we doing over here. I'm just waiting for a couple of more people to come in. Then we're gonna talk about the topic. Something that was on my mind. Actually, a conversation that me and my uncle was having today. Those who know that my babies upstairs, they playing. They're fine up there with their mom. So as y'all come in, please do me a favor. Hit that like button. I really, really appreciate it. We're going to talk about it. Hope everybody doing good. Hope everybody doing good. We're going to talk about it. Just waiting. I'm a little late. I said I was going to be on here about 5:30, but time is a little crazy right now, so I'm trying to figure it out, trying to balance everything out, but it is the weekend. So I'm trying to see who all gonna tap in with your boy. What's going down? Spacey. What's going down, cuz? I see you. We got something to talk about. I'm just waiting for some people to come in, hopefully, because I'm a little late. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little late. And then we gonna talk about it. My kids is loud. Y'all gonna hear them. I'm in the basement. What's going down? Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button and share. We got something to talk about. We got a topic to talk about. Let's go ahead and get into it. We got 3 of us in there, so we're gonna get into it. Listen, this is a conversation once again me and my uncle was talking about. Shout out to K Bug. And we were just talking about what, different things. Me and him be having different types of conversation. We was just talking about what be holding us back as people and as a whole. You know what I mean? And it all boils down to us not understanding our potentials in life. We be worried. A lot of us don't want to admit it, but we be so worried that somebody else is doing something better than us or greater than us, or what we're doing is basically the same as somebody else, that it kind of hold us back from being great in our own way. You know what I mean? Um, we have to stop worrying about other people perceptions, y'all. We have to start worrying about other people perceptions and how they look at us. You know what I mean? Um, it's nasty work. It's nasty work, man. It really holds us back as people because we don't understand how gifted we are, and a lot of times we're afraid to step in a certain type of lane because we're afraid of other people's opinion or how they view us. And we got to get past that. You know, I personally, I'm gonna speak for myself. I didn't know I was gonna be podding. I didn't know I was gonna be talking to a lot of people that I talk to, but I do. You know what I mean? Um, you never know. You never know. You know, if I was so fixated on worrying about other people and how they view me, I wouldn't be able to get past and get through, you know, fighting through my own thoughts. You know, a lot of times our own thoughts be stopping us from being great in this thing called life. And it's unfortunate because we got a lot of great people out here that does a lot of great things. Um, but we be so worried about it. Man, I'm doing basically what everybody else is doing. So what's gonna make me stand out from everybody else? And that's you. You know, your personality. God created you as you. You know, you can't worry about do I talk right or am I qualified enough to talk about this. I used to think about those type of things personally, like especially with this whole potting thing, right? The first thing that came to my mind is, am I qualified? Why not? I've been through life. You know what I mean? By the grace of God, I'll be 34 next month. And I've been through life. You know what I mean? And whatever you go through, nobody can tell you that they went through something much greater or what you going through is less than. Like, oh, you going through something? Man, I ain't been through way worse. You got this big homie or little homie or whatever the case is. That's not true, bro. That's not true. People be speaking out of term a lot, and that kind of holds us back because we start to think whether we want to admit it or not. Like, damn, what was that person right? Like, what I'm going through is it not worthy enough to do what I want to do? You know what I mean? Like, am I not qualified to do or talk about this certain thing? And that's not true, bro. It's not true. People love personalities, man. Embrace your personality. Embrace who you are. You know, a lot of times we go into this thing called life thinking one thing is for us and really is another thing. You never know where you're going to find yourself in this thing called life until you jump out of your head. Get out your mind. You know, understand that you cannot be duplicated because each and every one of us are different. God made each and every one of us different. We are equal in the same ways, but God made us different. And that's why we can't be duplicated. I be looking at a lot of these young brothers and they be trying to do what the next person has done. And that's how a lot of these young brothers fail in this thing called life because you can't. You can't, bro. You can't. You can't be the toughest. You can't be the next Lil Wayne or Drake. You gotta be you. You know what I mean? You can use them as inspiration, but you gotta step into who you is. You gotta start loving you. And a lot of us brothers are afraid to have this conversation or throw this type of conversation off because it's like, man, I already know this. No, you don't, because if you knew it, you'll be doing different. You know what I mean? If you knew that, you'll be doing different. So you can't care about other people's perceptions, y'all, whether we want to admit it or not, bro. That's what we do. And it's silent. It's silent. We worried about what the next person gonna say. And it starts in home. It starts with our families, right? We be so worried about what they gonna think about us that it stops us from doing what we need to be doing for ourselves. We got to get out of our heads, brothers, sisters. We got to get out of our heads, man. We got to embrace who we are in order to step in a lane that's meant for us, that God has for us. You know what I mean? And that man, I was just talking to my uncle, and I'm like, man, that's real. You know what I mean? That's real. That's real. Shout out to my cuz in the chat. Appreciate you, bro. That's real. A lot of us be that. A lot of that holds us back, man. We be so afraid, y'all. We be so afraid, and we gotta stop. We gotta stop letting our ego get in front of us too. That's crazy. A lot of us have big egos. I had to break that shit down. I had to destroy that. That's the only way we're gonna succeed in this thing called life is to break our egos down all the way, not halfway, all the way. Embrace who we are. Stop worrying about. I can't. I stress embracing who you are. I stress trying to understand, get an understanding that you cannot. You're just different, bro. You can't be duplicated. I stress this because I'm telling y'all, it's a lot of us being destroyed by our own thoughts, our own ego, our own pride, y'all. A lot of us, a lot of us can't stand in our greatness because we afraid, bro. That's why I stress to the youth all the time, like, bro, you gotta be different, bro. You can't take your environment don't dictate who you is as a person, bro. You know what I mean? Where you come from don't dictate who you gonna be. Not unless you allow it to. Because you are great. You are great. You ain't hear it enough, but I'm here to tell you are. You gotta understand that though. I understand that, bro. I understand. I see. Listen, if one day I'm gonna get much deeper into my story, but I want y'all to understand, bro. This is why I say what I say because we lose a lot of brothers and sisters out here because they have lack of understanding. They have lack of understanding and afraid to stand on who they are. They're afraid to be themselves because they're afraid of their peers or how they view them, or they're afraid or how they siblings or whatever kind of swaying them into the wrong direction or whatever direction they don't want to be swayed into. They're allowing other people to dictate their decisions, and that stops them from being great. A lot of us, bro. A lot of us, bro. It's scary. It's scary, bro. And outside people gonna judge you. I'm tell you that right now. Outside people don't know you, or people who just see you, they gonna immediately judge you and say they know what type of person you is, and they don't know you, bro. They don't know you, bro. Like I said, man, we can't allow people perceptions to dictate us, and understand you cannot be duplicated. Nobody can be you. Only you can be you. What direction you want to go into, that's your decision. If you want to keep holding back your greatness, that's on you. Like I said, bro, I didn't know I was gonna be podcasting, bro. I wanted to be an R&B singer. I still do like the music. I love music. I still write music. I want to do all those things, right? Stereotypical things, right? Because I felt like I was great in it, and I still feel like I'm decent. You know what I mean? I can do my little 1-2, but I didn't know that I was gonna be leading into this direction. And I like for those who know, I said it before, like, bro, it kind of comes hand in hand on what I told my grandmother, may she rest in peace, when I was a kid. Where I wanted to go with my life after the music. This kind of coming hand in hand, same thing. Like I said, I'm not Mr. Preachy, man. I'm just a realist. I'm just me. Hi, I'm human. I say it all the time. I'm human, bro. I don't worry about other people, bro. It was at one point, bro. It was at one point, like I said, bro. You could do. I just need to tell y'all can do whatever y'all can push y'all mind to, bro. Y'all can do whatever y'all push y'all mind to because you are you. You are you, bro. Nobody else can do you. Nobody. Nobody, bro. But you have to understand that. You have whatever generational trauma that you have that got a hold of, that have a hold of you, you gotta break through that shit, bro. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it out. The greatest thing that happened to me is that I let that shit go. Appreciate it, cuz. The greatest thing, I let it go, bro. I had to let that generational trauma go, bro. For the first time, whether some will believe it or not, I allow myself to cry for me, bro. And that's a lot of us brothers out here. We don't allow ourselves. And every time we shed the tears for somebody else because something happened to somebody, bro. We never cry because we going through shit because we just push through it. We don't allow ourselves to feel that shit. You got to allow yourself to feel whatever you going through in a moment right now. Allow yourself to feel that. You owe yourself that. And do it in silence. You ain't got to have nobody around. If you got somebody there for support, that's great. But do it in silence if you need to. I let that, man, I remember that time vividly, y'all. Like, I was going through life, bro. It just seemed like everywhere, every which way I turned, it was the wrong way. Even when I tried to do something right, I did something wrong. Or in other people's eyes, I was doing something wrong. I had to let it go, and I was in my living room, and I just let it out, bro. I didn't cry because I lost somebody. I didn't cry because somebody else was going through some shit. I was crying for me. I let it go through for me. I thought about all the trauma, all the everything, and I let that shit go for me, not for nobody else. And once I started doing that, I was able to step into the person that I am becoming. And I don't know where this thing taking me, bro. I don't know where this thing called life is taking me, bro. I don't. You never know. You never know who reached out to you. You never know what'll happen for you, bro. But first, you got to get past you. You got to let that trauma go, bro. Don't allow nobody to tell you what you going through is not greater than, or whatever they want to say, bro, because it is, because you going through it. A lot of times I repeat things over and over because I understand the power in that. If you hear it enough times, you start to do. Whether it's willingly or unwillingly, you do it. What's going down? Appreciate you tapping in. Yeah, I remember you. Appreciate the love. Make sure y'all hit that like button and share. I remember you. What's going down? Hope you doing good. You gotta let yourself feel, bro. And then once you start stepping into your light, you start to understand that I am me. They are them. Nobody can be me. Nobody do what I've been through what I've been through. My pain is not less than such and such pain. My pain is not greater than someone else's pain because that's their story. We not told this. We always told, especially if you come from the trenches or hood, whatever you want to call it, you always told to stick your chest out. Don't let man don't cry. This and all the stereotypical shit you could think of, you was told. But that was a lie from the jump. That was a lie from the jump. You will never be who you supposed to be until you allow yourself to feel. Until you allow yourself to listen. Listen. You have everything you need in this thing called life. The only problem is you haven't been listening. Don't worry about motherfucker calling you crazy. Don't worry about people putting on false narratives on you. You know who you is. You work on you at your pace, though. And understand this, brothers and sisters, understand this. If something eating at you, like really bothering you, nitpicking with you, you need to address that. That's something that you need to address, bro. That means you doing something wrong, or you need to be doing something, whatever it is, it may be. It needs to be addressed. It's something that's bothering you. You need to handle that ASAP. Don't sit in that. It doesn't feel good. And once again, it's going to do nothing but hold you back from being who you need to be. Don't allow this world, this thing called life, to trick you out of your position in life where you belong. Don't allow it to. Does nothing for you. Nothing. Give yourself time to slow down. Give yourself that. Because in this thing called life, I say it over and over, we just moving. We go through shit, we keep moving. We go to work every day, whatever the case may be, we keep moving. We don't never have time to slow down for ourselves. Go on a vacation. Derrick, what's a vacation? What you talking about, bro? Well, I ain't got the funds to go on a vacation. Go on a mental vacation, bro. Whatever you need to do to get away from whatever, to allow yourself to feel and slow down and think for once, do that. A lot of us, sorry, my kids is tripping. They're my boys. A lot of us don't understand that. A lot of us are afraid to sit with ourselves, right? We may heard this several times, but did we really hear it? A lot of us don't allow ourselves to be comfortable by ourselves. So we get uncomfortable when we are, because we're afraid of what our own thoughts are going to start projecting to us, or showing us, rather. Embrace that, bro. That's part of being you, bro. I had a conversation with somebody, I don't want to say who it was because I don't know, you know what I mean, how they feel about it, but they was telling me, kind of alluding to the fact that sometimes they're uncomfortable with their own thoughts, and that's a bad thing, because your own thoughts is not necessarily bad, bro. Not necessarily. My mama call it the little birdie. It ain't bad, bro. It's not, bro. You just haven't embraced that. But it be telling me so much. It be telling me do this, do that, and it's like, I don't know. And then time, me and my uncle was having another conversation, and it kind of tied hand in hand with this. Is about like, we be having some deep conversations. It was about like something bothering you, reverting back to kind of like what I was saying. And I was like, he was kind of telling me like, yeah, it was something, whatever. He was feeling some type of way about something. And I was like, it's because you're not embracing that. For example, right? Using myself as an example, y'all. If I don't create, I don't care what it may be. I'm writing a book. I'm writing a book now. I'm in the process of writing a book. I'm finishing up the movie that I'm writing. Dope movie. I felt like it would be dope. I gotta create. And I don't care if I'm creating for 5 minutes, an hour, or whatever. I have to create. I'm a creator. I'm a natural creator. I have to be doing something. A lot of times we're not allowing ourselves to do those things, right? We aren't. If you like playing basketball, go play basketball. Go throw the ball around. You ain't never too old. You can't. A lot of us get beat running away from things that we used to do, but we used to enjoy those things. Those are the things that we enjoy. If you could, you ain't got to go hoop with those young bucks. If you were of age, man, go out there and shoot. Get you a little rim, whatever. Shoot the ball. Man, get you one of them little basketball courts in the crib and go ahead and shoot the ball around. And allow yourself to feel that great feeling, man. Allow yourself, man. That used to be my scapegoat. And even to this day, sometimes I go to the park and shoot, or if I got time, I'll give myself that time. Give yourself time to do the things that you enjoy doing, bro. You ain't never too old to play basketball. If you like games back in the day, find something you like, or go back and purchase the old game you used to play and play it for a little bit. I don't care if it's for 5 minutes, 10, 30, whatever, hour. Allow yourself to be happy, bro. Because once again, we don't give ourselves time to embrace the things that we used to enjoy oh so much. Because to be real with you, that piece of childhood never leaves us. That piece of, man, I catch myself reminiscing all the time, man. I remember I ain't had no worries. No worries in this thing called life. I ain't have to worry about a bill. I ain't have to worry about nothing. It was just on mama or whatever. It was, you know what I mean? I was just moving. And you can still feel that. You can go play that basketball. You go jog. If you ain't never too old, bro. See, the world will convince you to find something else to do. And 9 times out of 10, if you find something else to do, it's what everybody else is doing. It's never different. Oh, let me go put a bottle to my head and go party. Let me go whatever. But what about that time when you used to play basketball? What about that time when you used to play the game for 10 minutes before school? What about that time you used to go for a run to escape whatever your reality was? That's still part of you. You ain't too old, or you don't have enough time. You do not have enough time. It's 24 hours out the day. Make time for that. Make time to feel that. Make time to give yourself that smile, that genuine smile. Don't follow what everybody else is doing. Everybody else is doing it. Why you want to follow that? Do something different, man. I'm going painting, bro. I'm gonna start getting into painting. I used to like to draw back in the day. I'm gonna start getting back into painting. Man, I'm painting a picture, bro. I'm making art, bro. Do you want to go out? No, Derrick. No, Derrick, you want to go out? No, I don't want to go out. I'm painting. I'm drawing. I'm singing. I'm giving me a little karaoke, another karaoke machine. I'm singing. I'm doing something that allows me to escape this thing called life, because we don't have time to slow down. And that can be your time of slowing down. But you got to implement that into your lifestyle. You have to give yourself that time in order to step into your greatness. These are things people don't tell us. People just tell us, hey, you got to get a job. We have to get a job. You gotta make money. You gotta pay these bills. We gotta pay bills. But tell me how many times somebody told you, hey man, do something you want to do. Tell me. Hey man, you want to go shoot ball like back in the day? Go ahead and shoot the basketball, push you up a little round thing in the crib and go shoot that or whatever. Find something to escape this thing called life. Because if you keep going, and this is the truth, and I'm going to tell you, you're going to crash out. You're going to crash out. Because you just been going. You just been going, bro. You never gave yourself a time that was needed for self. For self. You never allowed yourself that time. You just been going with the traumas in your life, and you've been going with life. You just accept it. Fuck it, I'm gonna accept it. This is what it is. Truth is, it's not. It's what you make of it. It's what you allow into your life, bro. I really care, bro. It's not no faking. For those who new to the channel, I go by the name of SosoDerrick. My name is Derrick. What does so mean? It doesn't mean nothing. I thought it sounded cool. It don't mean I just thought it sounded cool. So if you subscribe to the channel, you are officially part of the Soso Squad. We don't create narratives. We tear those narratives down over here. So if you want to support that, please subscribe to the channel, like, share, let everybody know what we doing over here. We need more family members. We on the road to 3K. But I need people to come in that's ready for this. That's ready for these things. That's ready for these conversations. That's willing to listen. That's willing to say, you know what? Damn. I was thinking about that, but see, a lot of us like to run away from these conversations. Don't want to hear that. You ain't on here talking about nobody trying to hurt nobody. Well, I don't want to hear that. You trying to tell me something I ain't heard from 1,000,001 people. But guess what? You only heard that how many times? I'm going to tell your ass that all the time. Until you start getting it. Mean what I say, bro. I mean what I say, bro. I'm going to keep telling you over and over and over. I'm never going to shut up because I believe in you. How many times people take time out and tell us they believe in us and genuinely mean it? Not many. I can't count. Only time I can count is when I actually do something and somebody tell me how great I am at it. Now you want to pay attention. That's life. That's how this thing called life starts to work. Don't embrace those people too. Keep them at a distance though. And my whole thing about this whole thing, y'all, is as I learn and as I grow with this thing called life, and as we keep doing this pod over the years, like I say, it don't matter where this thing how this thing turned out. I'm going to forever come on this platform and speak to y'all. But I want y'all to understand, bro, is that we have to be uncomfortable we have to get comfortable with having uncomfortable conversations. That's the only way we gonna get past this shit. That's the only way we gonna get past this generational trauma that was placed upon us. If you know, you know. Only way is by having uncomfortable conversations and listen. Listen. It doesn't feel good going through this thing called life and keep having to make the same mistakes or ones that's much greater. Because we don't have nobody telling us certain things, because people want to see us in the same position. We fail. We don't accomplish a lot of things because of that. I'm willing to be your ear. Like I said, bro, we don't be having nobody to talk to. Sometimes we just need somebody to vent to. Vent to me, bro. If nobody want to hear it, I do. I promise to God. You could DM me on IG at SosoDerrick. Talk to me. I will actually answer the video call and talk to you. Face to face. If you just want to talk like D, I just need you to listen. Let's start doing that. I just need you to listen. I'm going to start opening up my phone lines. I'm going to start opening up my phone line and having live conversation with y'all. It's going to be my actual phone. I don't have nothing to hide. And we're going to have conversations live about these topics. No BS, just live conversations. We're going to tear down narratives and we're going to pick each other up. Just like I say all the time, when it comes to your kids, that applies to us all. If you care enough, we supposed to be the ones that tear each other down, pick each other back up. That's why I tell my kids that. Or I say this to people who have kids. Or even if you don't, we supposed to do this as a community of people. We supposed to tear each other down and pick each other back up. Because if the wrong person step into your life and start to do that, it's going to be a movie. It's going to be a bad one. It's going to be a bad movie. You know what I mean? It's going to be, it's not going to be entertaining whatsoever. If somebody else, but I just want you to step into who you is, man. I genuinely care, bro. I genuinely care because whether you want to admit it or not, I'm telling you straight. Nobody told you everything you need to know, bro, or hear, because they was afraid that, one, you will change on them and become something much greater, or you will change on them and stop doing the shit they want you to do. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm your best friend. So I'm the culture best friend. That's why I call myself that. The voice of the culture, because I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I'm going to ask you one question. If you ask me a question, I'm going to ask you one thing. You want me to lie to you, or you want me to tell you the truth? Because the lie going to sound the same. Understand, the people who say, if anybody tell you something that sound remotely a little bit the same, they probably lying. Everybody telling you great at this, or they're probably lying. I don't want to hear the same thing. Tell me the truth. That's why you got to ask them respectfully, do you want me to lie to you or tell you the truth? Because the lie is going to sound a lot like the other shit you've been hearing. The truth going to sound much more different. That's what you want in your life. You want the truth. That's why a lot of us be crashing out. Because we don't hear the truth. Because people lie to us all the time. All the time. I don't know what it is, you know what I mean? I don't know if they're afraid that, like I said, to me it appears that they're afraid of I don't know, man. To me it just appears that they're afraid of just like you going into a different direction. That's the best way I can sum it up, because it doesn't seem like nothing else. It just seems like they're afraid that you might go into a different direction that they don't want to accept necessarily, which is crazy. It's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It's crazy. Man. But listen, I'm going to end this, but I'm about to start a whole new live. We're going to talk about what people wanted to talk about, but I had to give y'all the real. I had to give y'all this because a lot of times it's on our... What's going down? Appreciate you tapping in. Yo, yo, yo. Not yet? All right, cool. I'll stay for you. Much love. Appreciate the like. Make sure y'all share, let everybody know to come in, tap in. I appreciate y'all the sharing and like and the love, everything. It does help me tremendously. What's going on? How you feeling today? You good? Nah, I got you. You know it's love. I appreciate you. I was late. I was supposed to be on here 5:30. I told y'all. My bad. You ain't good? Listen, man, holla at me in real time. You can follow me on IG. Follow me on IG. DM me and we could talk about it in person, bro. I'm your ears, bro. I ain't gotta respond to you. We could just talk about it. That's all I care about, bro. I know we need that, bro. I promise to God. I'm here for you. I'm your voice. I'm your ears. Sorry, not your voice. I'm your ears. DM me on IG at SosoDerrick. Y'all need to talk to me about anything. I'm here for y'all. I want y'all to know I mean everything that I say. And not only can we do the voice thing, we also can do the video call thing. I'm going to also start to implement live phone call, so we can talk in live on the phone. What y'all think about that? Yeah, talk. Don't put it in the chat. We'll talk about it. DM me on IG at SosoDerrick. I got you. We'll talk about it. But yeah, man, I just genuinely care, y'all. And this not. Don't put it in the chat. We'll talk about it on IG. Hit me up. Instagram. You got Instagram? Yeah. Hit me up on Instagram, SosoDerrick. We'll talk about it. All right, for sure. Have a nice one. Appreciate you tapping in. I'm going to tap in with you. But listen, y'all, I really say a lot, because when I say I care, I genuinely mean that I care. I really mean it. You know what I mean? We just don't we just don't understand, bro, how life can be much more easier if we start supporting each other. Get past the black and white or whatever the colors you want to call it. Get past the religion, the religious beliefs, all that. We got to get past all that. We have to be there for each other. We have to start supporting each other. That's how we become great in this thing called life. That's how we do it. That's how, I promise you. I'm not making this up. I'm not making it up. You know what I mean? But listen, once again, I'm about to end the live stream. We're going to talk about something else other than this. I just wanted to talk about this because this was just a conversation that I was having with my uncle. Shout out to my Uncle K Bud from the A1 podcast. They will be dropping content very, very soon. I'm trying to be on them. You know what I mean? So be patient. I want them to drop consistently. But, you know, sometimes you got to let people just go at their own pace, but stay in their ear. I say it all the time. Keep repeating the same thing over and over, and they gonna eventually do it. But listen, man, I'm gonna end this pod. I'm gonna come back live real quick because I do got something to talk about that's going on in the industry, the music industry, to be exact. So listen, I always gonna end my lives like this. No matter where this thing called life take me on these platforms, no matter if I'm on the biggest platform outside of this platform, I'm always going to say the same thing before I end whatever I'm doing. Because we don't hear it enough. We don't hear it often, you know what I mean? But listen, if nobody told you today, I want to be the first one to tell you is that I love you, and I mean that for real. I'll be right back. Y'all have a nice day, night, morning, whenever time you see this, whatever time zone you in, y'all have a nice one, all right? I'll be back. I'm about to start another live. I'm talking about this industry stuff. Stay tuned.